Alright, welcome to the Nitronic Rush Story Mode Speedrunning tutorial. Before we start, you should make yourself familiar with the basic controls of the game. I recommend doing a few story playthroughs on your own. If you want, you can also watch the video covering basics like the stun system and thruster control, but that is not necessary to start out. Also, I will use quite a bit of slow motion and stopping the video to explain and show stuff. For this run we are going to use the Interceptor, which is the standard car for the speedruns in this game. Alright, let's get started then. Timing of the story mode speedrun starts once you select no when the game asks you about the in-game tutorial. At the start, hold Y to skip the intro cutscene and we get going in the first level, Utopia. Oh, as a side note, we are going to boost all the time in this run, except for a few places. Also feel free to do more stunts than I do in this tutorial if you have problems with the overheating. So, at the start we just drive straight until we get to this little drop, where we use the car's front thrusters and then the back thrusters to get back down onto the track as fast as possible. Now in this left turn it is easy to overheat, so you can either cut the corner very close or just let go of boost for a short moment. On the upcoming ramp we want to drive off to the right for the first shortcut. Use your wings and do a barrel roll, then steer to the right and land on this big dark area. Once you are down here, do a jump roll, then stay on the left side. Drive off here, do 2 rolls, then also drive off this building and do another roll. Follow this section, but you have to be careful, since there is a gap coming up that is difficult to see. For reference, watch this green line on the ground. And as soon as it ends, do another jump roll over the gap. Now drive off over here and do a roll while flying back to the main track. On this ramp you have to jump as late as possible, or you might not make it up there. Through this checkpoint, then jump into wings and land on this track above you. Do another jump roll to cool down a bit. Finally, drive off this last ramp, tilt downwards using the front thruster and do a last roll. Next up is Void. Start off by jumping into wings and flying to the right. Do a roll and land on this building, then drive off and do 2 more rolls. I recommend letting go of boost for a bit so you don't crash into a wall. When you hit the ground, hold front thruster for a moment so the car doesn't jump all over the place. Then head into here. The upcoming flight is long, so we need an empty heat meter. Start a jump roll before this purple line on the ground and you are good. Now fly upwards back to the track while doing 3 rolls. You have enough time to adjust your direction, so don't panic if you fly into the wrong direction at first. Now land and follow this track. Up here, front and back thruster down onto the track, then drive off to the left and fly in between these giant orange fans. We are heading to this building's roof in the distance. Also do 2 rolls on the way there. Land, drive off and fly to the next one. Land again, drive off and do 2 rolls while falling back down onto the track. If you miss the track, just fly back onto it. Do the rest of the level like normal, using front back thrusters after each jump. Storm has only one small shortcut. Start off normally by jumping over these ledges. The upcoming jump, the overheat becomes a problem, so do a roll and then use the front thruster to get down onto the track ASAP. Alternatively, you can let go of the booster for a moment, otherwise you will blow up. Follow the track, then for this ledge jump wait a moment, then do a roll. If you don't wait with rolling, you will hit the ledge. Follow the track, then for this upcoming ramp just drive off. Start a roll, but let go of your side thrusters around a quarter into the roll. This will make sure that your car will finish the rotation on its own without hitting the front side of the upper track. Now avoid these saws and jump over this gap, front back thrusters down and again for this steep decline. Here comes this level's shortcut. We want to get up on this track above us. Jump into wings and land up there. Do another jump roll to cool down. Do another roll on this ramp and then follow the track to the end of the level. In Sentinel we get the first taste of randomness in the story mode. Start off by doing one roll over here and another one on the next ramp. Jump over this ledge and front back thruster back down onto the track. Follow the track while avoiding the saws. Then next to this red pillar that comes out of the ground, do a jump roll. Now drive off this ramp, angle downwards a bit using the front thruster, then do 2 rolls and open your wings for a smoother landing. You should be able to make it to the next checkpoint. When in doubt, just do another jump roll. Follow the track, always trying to get back down onto the ground quickly. You can do another roll over here, but you should be able to make it to the next checkpoint as well. Avoid these obstacles and the saws. Upcoming is the dread of story mode runners, the shards, or more commonly called the spikes. These towers to the side of the track will launch 3 waves of spikes at you. It is random where each of these spikes land, so you have to watch how the spikes fly to try and avoid them. Don't be fooled by the red markings on the ground. We found that they almost never correspond to where the spikes actually land. As you approach the spikes, do a jump roll to both cool down the car and also buy a bit of time to look where the spikes will land. Should it get dangerous, just let go of boost for a moment to avoid crashing into things. After the spikes, follow the track and drive into the yellow ring, which will activate your flight mode. Fly through the second ring and then land down here. Drive off, wait a moment, then activate your wings again to fly to the finish. Right at the start of Into the Belly of the Beast, we have our last encounter with the spikes. Luckily, in this level the markings on the ground do, more or less, show where the spikes land. So if you see an opening, just drive in that direction. Shortly before the checkpoint, let go of boost for a short moment to avoid overheating. Follow the track until the flying section comes up. For this section, drive off the ramp, angle downwards a bit and open your wings. Fly through the 2 yellow rings to cool down mid-flight. Land down here to take the checkpoint, then drive off this ramp and open your wings again, avoiding the lasers and the wall in the process. Land on this red pillar here and continue. In the upcoming section, spiked barrels will fall down onto the track. Do a jump roll and then hug either the right or left side of the track to avoid them. Finish the level by avoiding the lasers and saws at the end. In the last level we are supposed to fly through the whole area, but that is pretty slow. Ignore the ramp by driving to its right. Drive off here and open your wings quickly. Angle downwards slightly and you will be able to land and drive on the laser death grid. This works because only our wheels touch the grid and the car only explodes once its body gets in contact with the laser. Now drive through the gap in these giant spikes, then avoid the floating mines. The mines do have a slight bit of randomness to them, in that they can spawn at different heights, but their position will always be roughly the same. Follow the path I take to avoid the mines regardless of their height. Again, go through this gap, then jump into wings and pull up over the wall. Finish off the level by avoiding the rotating lasers and flying to the finish globe. Timing for the story mode speedrun stops as soon as you touch the goal and lose control over the car. With a little practice, this route should get you a time of below 7 minutes. I will put an annotation in the middle of the video right here, and also a link in the description, which will bring up a video of me finishing the complete beginner's round in 6 minutes and 58 seconds, with very bad spike luck. So I bet you can do better than that. When you are comfortable with the beginner route, I suggest trying some of the advanced shortcuts and tactics shown in the other tutorial videos once those go online, or just come to our IRC chat on irc.speedrunslive.com, channel #nrush. and ask us for hints and tips for your runs. I hope this video helped you, thanks for watching and have a good one.